After the disappointing victory of Gigi, the Academy returned to epic filmmaking in spectacular fashion. Ben-Hur is directed by William Wyler, who previously directed Mrs. Miniver and The Best Years of Our Lives, and stars Charlton Heston as Judah Ben-Hur, a Jewish prince living in Jerusalem during the Roman occupation. The film follows him after he is betrayed by his childhood friend, the Roman officer Messala. Wrongfully sentenced to slavery, Judah embarks on a long journey of survival and revenge as he fights to reclaim his freedom and reunite with his family. Along the way, his life repeatedly crosses paths with Jesus, whose influence gradually changes the course of his life. Ben-Hur is one of the greatest achievements in film history. At the time, it was the most expensive film ever made. It features the largest sets, thousands of extras, an enormous crew, and one of the longest film scores ever composed. And it paid off, becoming the second highest grossing film ever made at the time. The sweeping cinematography, the soaring score, the incredible production design, everything about the film just feels massive. Charlton Heston is phenomenal as Judah Ben-Hur. He had such a commanding screen presence that he was born to play these larger-than-life heroes. Judah himself is a fantastic protagonist. Betrayed by his childhood friend Messala, separated from his family, sold into slavery, and driven by desire for revenge, his motivations are simple, relatable, and compelling throughout the entire film. And speaking of Messala, his relationship with Judah is what gives the film its emotional core. They're former friends who end up on opposite sides of history, and every scene they share is loaded with tension. Then there's the set pieces. The slave gallery sequence is gripping from beginning to end, but the chariot race somehow manages to top it. Even after all these years, it remains one of the greatest action scenes ever filmed. The speed, editing, and stunt work are astonishing. It's incredible that they achieved this without modern visual effects. And I also find it fascinating how the film chose to portray Jesus. We never properly see his face, yet his presence is constantly felt throughout the story. Rather than becoming the focus, he quietly influences Judah's journey, and by the end, his message of forgiveness gives the film an emotional conclusion. My only criticism is that some of the quieter dialogue scenes haven't aged quite as well. At over 3.5 hours long, these moments are where the pacing really slows down more than it needs to, which does hold the film back for me. But that's a very small complaint. Ben-Hur is epic in every sense of the word. It's one of the greatest historical films ever made. The film won 11 Oscars. Best Picture, Best Director for William Wyler, Best Actor for Charlton Heston, Best Supporting Actor for Hugh Griffith, Best Original Score, Best Sound, Best Production Design, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, and Best Special Effects. Ben-Hur remains one of the defining Hollywood epics. Its 11 Oscar win is tied for the all-time Academy record, a feat later matched only by Titanic and Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. And I'd give it 4.5 stars. It's epic, emotional, visually breathtaking, and proof that sometimes the biggest films really are the best.